Yo,
What's poppin'?
back again with another episode of Brooklyn Boys
Radio.
80. What's good people?
What's going on with y'all, man?
What it do, brother, man?
I don't know. I'm trying to wake up.
Okay.
Feel a little sluggish today, but you know,
Why's that?
I really don't know. I think I know, but I really don't know. It's just how I feel today.
Might be the crack.
Niggas still smoke crack? They still make crack?
They still do. And people still do smoke it.
You still know how to make crack? Like if I
Yeah.
give you some
I mean,
work to cook up?
Listen, man. Once you know that risk, you don't forget that.
Okay.
You don't forget that.
You know, I was just asking myself
It's like
the
riding
other
a
day.
bike.
You know, I was asking myself the other day, who came up with the idea of turning cocaine into crack? Like, who said if you put baking soda with cocaine? Like, who thought of that? It had to be a chemist. It had to be a setup.
No,
It couldn't have been like a regular nigga in the street just like, yo,
actually, I think it was a dude in Cali, because I think it was a dude in Cali that actually taught Rick Ross how to do it, because Rick Ross was like one of the first people to really do the whole crack thing. If I could be wrong, I'm not
I
mistaken.
feel like it was a chemist because I don't understand how would you even, I'm gonna add baking soda to the crack, to the cocaine. I mean,
and make it purer,
yeah, like
make it rock up.
Rock up.
Like, how
And
did
then
you even know it could rock up?
like how you know it could rock up and who told you to put it in the water? Like
And-
who wasted
and
their cocaine to do that?
I was just about to say, you must have had a whole lot of coke to be like, I'm gonna just experiment.
But y'all tried it with sugar first. Y'all tried it with flour. Like who thought of that? Like I don't understand. Like who thought of that? Like who came up with
Yeah,
that?
but then again, you got to think about it. Like, back then, you had the Iran-Contra, where the CIA was pretty much using Rick Ross and them to, to basically buy drugs and fund the Iran, the war, what was going on over there.
I hear all that, my
So
brother.
no. So what I'm saying is, I don't put it past the government
Okay,
to be
yeah,
the
yeah.
ones
Like who knew it was
behind
gonna
that
get it,
being
like
in the
get
hood. You know,
people more addicted. Is gonna be get you a more like
who came up with coke?
Nah, I can see coke come from the cocoa.
It
leaf.
come from the cocoa leaf.
Yeah, so I can see that because right now, I take a lot of herbs every day, right? Like, so sometimes I buy my herbs in leaf form, and I boil them up, or sometimes I buy them in a powder form. So I can see how you can take the cocoa leaf and get the powder form.
Yeah, but the cocoa leaf, did it get you high? Like how did
Oh, that's probably
how
through
did some
centuries.
people in the jungle just be like,
No, that's probably
oh.
centuries. The people probably knew that for centuries. That just like the marijuana plant, like it get you high.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at that.
Who was the first dude that dried up a marijuana plant and smoked it? Like, how did they find out that it gets you high?
Well, they was burning bushes all the time, bro. Moses burned the bush on the mountain with God. Like, he burned the bush up top. Bush has been burning for years, bro.
It's a couple of dudes out there in this world burning bushes too.
Oh, here we go, bro. I'm not even getting to that with you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we here. Yo, shout out to Woodstack, man.
Wood Stage 8,
Shout out to Shanice.
Chico Forever.
Yo, Shanice, what Ada told me to say about her today?
That she's a lovely girl, a young, sweet, beautiful, lovely girl.
Ada's a lovely girl, a young,
Loves you very much,
and she love what?
and she loves you very much.
Oh, she loves me very much.
Kind shout out because she supports you.
And Ada supports me.
Don't you feel bad?
And oh no, she told me, Ada lights up every room that she walks into. Told me to tell the people that.
Don't you feel bad?
Feel bad about what?
Always giving people these backhanded shout outs.
I gave her a good shout out today.
By
I could have said
force.
F you Ada.
By force. Look,
Whatever, man.
You just did say it.
No, I could have said F you Ada. I didn't say F you Ada.
You just said it 3 times.
Whatever, Ada. Yeah, shout out to Ada, man.
How was your week?
She lights up the room. My week, I don't remember, man. It was cool.
Yeah, I don't remember mine either.
Yeah, it was just, you just have some of them weeks. It's just like, I did do a lot of running around yesterday. Oh, no, I do remember my week. I'm sorry. It was my niece's birthday party this weekend. It got a little crazy, but it was good. My mom, my 2 other brothers, my nephew, my step-pops, they all was here. They stayed with me in my crib, and that was good to just wake up to the fam and have the fam there. So shout out to moms and them and my brother. Did a little photo shoot, me and Suave and my brother in the cold. Suave, remember that night? That night was cold, bro. Cold. We did it at night too, so it was even worse.
Y'all crazy.
Yeah, we got it in and out. And yeah, that part of my week I remember. Everything else is a blur. Oh, Bill's in the house today. Shout out to Bills. Came to visit us today, man. This is my first time seeing Bills for the year, man. I ain't seen Bills all year. Bills, come say hi to the people, man.
What's up, man?
Come over and wave to the people, man. This Bills. This is one of the best rappers I know, man.
That's my word.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for your prayers and support.
Come on, baby.
Niggas say like we was in church.
Brothers, man.
Shout out to Bills, you know what I'm saying? But that was it, Mo. You had any crazy adventures this week? Didn't you tell me something happened? Oh, I remember what happened this weekend with you.
What?
I ain't gonna tell the people. This nigga called me on the phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's an everyday occurrence, bro. That's an everyday occurrence.
Yo,
bro.
man, I was like, yo, I would leave it alone.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
I would leave it alone. I would leave
There you go. Anyway, let's move on to our topic.
Yo, let's go to the topics, man.
So you know, now that Big Bad Trump is in office, there is not one boring day.
Yeah, I haven't seen the news, so I want to hear what's going on. I did see they blocked his immigrant bill today. Some judge. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
He was trying to stop the whole, that you get like, what is it? When you're born in the country that you automatically become a citizen. Birthright citizenship.
I think you should have that.
I think so too.
Yeah, if you-
Whether it's the child of an immigrant or a migrant or whoever, if they're born in this country, they should. I mean, isn't that what citizenship is about?
Yo,
the whole definition of being a citizen is being born in that place.
You know what's so crazy about the Trump and the citizen stuff, though? Trump father, and I even think Trump, they aren't they immigrants?
Immigrants, yeah, his pops is an immigrant.
Immigrant, right? Like, half of the country, most of America is nothing but immigrants.
If you go far back enough, everybody's an immigrant.
Everybody is an immigrant here.
Probably except black people.
And Indians, right? So, but these guys are immigrants. So it's like, yo, y'all so hard on the immigrant folks when now you guys are in power and y'all like, yo, we don't want nobody else in here.
But this is what I'm saying. I say
It's crazy
everybody
to me,
except black people, because even if you go far back enough, the black people.
Black people's already here.
Not okay, and let's say if we go with their story, even the ones that weren't here were forced to be brought here. They didn't come here willingly.
You're right about, you're right
You know
about
what
that.
I
So
mean?
you're right,
So-
you're right. I'm just saying, it kind of bugs me out, man. Like to see, white folks just, get the immigrants out of here. Some black people too, but see a lot of white folks when I go online, and I'm like, yo, y'all come from
Y'all are immigrants.
immigrants, bro.
All of y'all. Every last one.
And I don't know if Trump is born here or not. He had to be born here to be president.
father
So-
wasn't.
So guess what? And he became president. He's a first generation citizen. And he became president. That's how great America is. If you're going to talk about making America great, you are first generation American. Your father was an immigrant. And now you want to stop. I just think it's crazy. But, who am I? I don't know.
Well, Trump signs an executive order to declassify files of Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, and Robert F. Kennedy's assassinations.
Oh, Trump really want the country to burn. They telling those stories for real and what really happened and who really killed who.
Yeah, but
What the CIA
I'm sure
did.
the declassified file, it's not going to be what the CIA did. It's going to be their version of the story, bro.
Okay, we'll see.
That's what I believe. You know
We'll
what
see.
I mean? But I think it's a good thing, to kind of pull back the curtain. Although I know that it's them giving us a peek at whatever they want us to see, bro. There's nothing that they don't want
Yeah, I
us to see.
also
that
feel
we're
like
gonna
if Trump
see.
is doing that, I feel like Trump got something up his sleeve. Like he wants, I don't think Trump is just a dumb guy, even though I do think he do dumb things. Because those two things can be true. And I think there's a method to his madness.
I definitely think there's a method
What it
to his
is, I don't know,
madness,
but-
I'll also say that anybody who's an enemy of the media is someone who's going against the system. So I do believe that to some degree, bruh, that Trump is going against the agenda. Even with his views on what's going on with this whole LGBTQ thing and, there being no two genders, I believe that he's going against the agenda because the whole agenda was pushing for that. Also, in Trump news, I think we're going to have a segment of the show for the next 4 years called Trump News, because
can't do this for 4 years,
whenever he's in office, there's no
do this for 4
boring
years. I
days.
can't do this for 4 years.
Trump is pushing legislation that there's no tax returns for women who put their children on child support. their children's fathers on child support. So basically stating, if a woman chooses to put her child's father on child support, when it comes time to claim taxes, she cannot, and he is up to date on his child support payments, she cannot claim that child on her tax return. The father has to be allowed to, which I think,
That might be fair. I wonder how many women gonna opt for the child support or opt for the tax return.
the tax return, because think about it, you claim a child, you get a couple of grand back. And sometimes when you're talking about women who may get $150, $100 a month, is it worth it?
Yeah, because I feel sorry for the woman that's getting $50 a week. You know what I'm
Some
saying?
women get $25 a month. $25 a week.
You might have to go for that income tax.
Yeah. Also as well, although we know that the TikTok ban did not go forth, they banned it for a couple of hours, and then next thing you know, there was a mess.
Oh yeah. The kids in the crib. Well, they're adults. They're young adults. I don't want to call them kids, but they was going crazy. Like, TikTok is off. TikTok is off.
Yeah, for a couple of hours, and
then it came back. Yo, TikTok is. They all discussed. Yo, check your TikTok. Nah, that's not real. Check your TikTok. And everybody, I was like, what is going on?
Well, they gave Trump the credit. They said because of President Trump, they were allotted a little more time. So
I think they got like 58 days or something like that.
I think it was like 70 something.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not sure. But in news, a 19-year-old was arrested after starting a fire at Congressman Glenn Grothman's office over him voting in favor of the TikTok ban. So a 19-year-old went and burnt down a congressman's office because he voted in favor of the TikTok ban.
These little niggas ain't playing with you, Congressman. They want their TikTok and they willing to burn your house down for it. So
Yes,
be
they
careful
are.
for what bills you pass. I think we do got a generation. Look, man, a lot of people don't want to blame. I seen this from Trump too, and it's kind of crazy. I seen this on the news. Like, he really grant pardons to everybody that had the insurrection.
The January 6th.
Which is crazy to me because Trump is so pro-police. Even the ones that hurt the police officers and got caught, they getting pardoned too from what I was seeing on the news, and it just bugged out. Like, I don't know if that's healthy though. You know what I mean? Because you basically telling people, yo, you can do something wrong. Then what's the difference than the kid burning down the house for the TikTok? He fought for something that he believed in, and if you went to do something and you hurt people or you cause damage, you should pay for it.
But let's be honest, Trump didn't pardon them because they fought for something they believed in. He pardoned them because they fought for Trump.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. I understand that. I think the message that it conveys is just a bad message.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen, I don't know about it conveying a bad message because I'm sure that people are realistic enough to understand that if they do a crime, the chances of them getting a presidential pardon, not likely.
Now, these last couple of years, everybody got a pardon. You get a pardon. You get a pardon. You get a pardon. That's
I know a few people I'd like to get a pardon that.
But I know a few people that I know personally that got pardoned. So, yeah.
Okay. Also as well.
Oh, hold up. Time out. Did Webb just walk in here? Did Webb just walk in here?
Yo, Webb was good,
Yo,
bro.
Webbs, bro. You gotta bounce, bro.
Here this guy go.
You gotta bounce, bro.
That's it.
Every week he come in here with a tranny, bro.
This guy crazy.
Transgender Webbs is in the building.
Well, speaking about
It's not
transgenders, going over to Meta headquarters, Mark Zuckerberg orders removal of tampons from the men's bathrooms at Meta offices.
Why
were they there to begin with? They were there for the trans women.
Transgender women.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I was kind of confused for a second. I'm like,
But
what?
I don't understand because don't the trans women use? No, they were there for the trans men.
No, the transgender women.
No,
because
they're called women that become men are trans men. Men that become women are trans women.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, so am I.
But I guess so.
Yeah.
So this is above my pay grade. I don't know.
There you go.
I'm confused.
Now, I want to know what you think about this because a Mississippi senator proposes the Contraception Begins at Erection Act, which would make it unlawful for a man to ejaculate without the intention to impregnate a woman. So it would be unlawful for you to basically come if you were not planning on impregnating the woman. So no more recreational sex.
So let me ask you a question. What if I was masturbating?
Well, you wouldn't be ejaculating into the woman, so that's fine.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, so you still can ejaculate. It's just when you have
Just
sex
not into a woman.
with a
You
woman.
can have sex, but you cannot ejaculate without the intention to impregnate a
I
woman.
think that make dudes strong out here.
Don't that mean you just got to pull out?
No, because you're having sex with the woman.
It doesn't matter. If you pull out, you're not ejaculating while you're having sex.
I guess there's rules and ways around everything. So what happens?
So why don't we just call it the pull out?
but I don't understand something. So who's gonna find this out and how they gonna know? Like
She might report you.
diabolical. I don't know what's happening.
That's just giving women more power.
I don't know what's happening. And Webb's coming here with his phone ringing. I don't know what's happening.
Come on, vibrate, please, brother.
He know about vibrate. He definitely know about vibrate.
Now, in some sad news, and I don't even understand why someone would do this, a mother takes her 2 daughters to fight with her, and they are killed. So a mother got into an altercation at a nail salon. She said she got jumped, left, went and got her 2 daughters. They went back to the nail salon. A confrontation ensued, and they tried to jump the woman. She pulls out a gun. The mother and her 2 daughters run. The woman starts shooting, and both daughters get killed, and the mother actually gets away. Your thoughts?
Oh, man.
Crazy world we live in. First of all, I'm not taking my kids to go fight nobody with me.
No, I hear that. And that's why I want to go first, but my heart still bleeds for that mother, though, regardless of what, man. I know it was stupid, but, you know, she got to live with the fact that she got her daughters killed. Her daughters are dead. Like, I don't even know why would she do that. But both of your babies,
But bro,
it hurt.
What
man.
mental?
I know it hurt
let me
for
tell you something. What mental state, like what mindset do you have that you get into an altercation, you get jumped, and the first thing you think is, I'm gonna go home and get my kids to come back with me?
You know what I would tell you, because last week we heard about a girl shooting at a restaurant employee in the car and shot her daughter in the arm.
Shot her daughter in the arm.
Sometimes I think these situations happen to ward off other stupid situations like this from happening. Yeah, I don't understand why they happen, but I feel like there's people in this world that would have really did that. There's people in this world that really would have tried that. So I think what happens is, for it not to happen, those examples has to be made with these people, unfortunately.
You know, it's so crazy, right? I think back to when we were younger. Young dude mess with you, if you got a little brother, you like, I'm gonna go home and get my little brother to whoop your ass, right? But now that we are older and we are more mature, I think that I have a 26-year-old daughter, I have a 21-year-old daughter. If I'm outside and an 18-year-old young lady tries to disrespect me, bro, I'm not going to get my daughter. Like, I don't even want my daughter involved in any of that.
Yeah, what I will say is, I think that, once again, this is about time. I think time has changed. Yes, I think back when we were younger, that's possible to go get your son.
You go get your younger sibling. Yeah, definitely.
That's but I can see.
Like, shorty, I ain't even mess with you. You know what? I'm going to go get my little brother to kick your ass.
Yeah, but I can see a mother saying that to her kids back in the days. But that's when it was just fighting.
Yeah.
It's different, right? So back in the days, people really fought. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I can see
without no fear of retaliation.
Like, it's going to be a fight, and that's going to be
You get your ass bust, you go home, and that's it. If anything, the only thing that might happen is another fight.
Yeah, so, you know, today is different. You can't think like that today because it could end up much more worse for you. Back in the day, I could see your mother going like,
oh, yeah.
You know, what he
this
said,
little boy
come out, I'm going to get my son. Mm-hmm. Her son will come outside, shoot 5. And
I've seen it happen many a time.
Yeah, and to be done. But today, we don't live in a world like that. So people got to be mindful of the world that we're living in, because a person will shoot you. People don't play fair out here, bro. There's no more fair ones.
But to be honest, let's keep it real. Is that not playing fair when she goes to get 2 more people to come and jump you and it's just
I don't know how many people was in the shop. I don't know how many people. Could have been a nail salon full of other women.
What they said was it went back to the altercation with that one person. They tried to jump that one person, so that person pulled out a gun and started shooting. Yeah. You know, so, I mean, condolences to those 2 young ladies.
The young girls, man, and the mother. That's just, whew.
Yeah, crazy world, man. On to some other crazy stuff. The body of a building super was found in a garbage bag stashed under the bed after he went to collect rent.
Yo, I heard about this story this week, bro. You know what's so crazy about this story? I heard the story this week, and I'm not laughing. So the the landlord told the 6 foot something.
I think they
super-
owed what they owed like mad money or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was, but he told the guy was like 6 something. The lady's like this big, bro, and he went there to collect the rent, but the police thought the husband did it.
Mm-hmm.
But when they checked the cameras,
It was the woman.
it was the husband wasn't even home. So when they came, they asked like, "Yo, we looking for the super." The husband said, "Yo, he underneath the bed." Like the husband told. So listen, don't underestimate just because it's sometimes short people come in big packages. Listen, he ratted on his wife, but he probably ratted on her because he probably was getting his ass whipped in the crib.
Right?
You know
He
what I'm
probably
saying?
was under pressure
Yeah,
too.
he probably was under pressure. Yeah, nah, she did it.
He was like, I'm looking for a way out anyway.
I'm not laughing because
Help me out.
I'm not laughing because the gentleman got murdered. I'm laughing because the husband wasn't even having it. He was like, "Yo, nah, come get." I had nothing to do with this. He under the bed. That's crazy, bro.
Man,
Crazy,
listen.
man. We live in a crazy world,
We
bro.
live in a crazy
Just
world.
because she was small, the landlord said, "Yeah, we're gonna send the big over there to go get him."
Can't even collect your rent these days.
Yeah, I seen a crazy thing like that too a couple of weeks ago. Dude went to go collect his rent. He talking to the tenant, telling the tenant he got to collect his rent.
I
And
seen when he threw him down the stairs.
and he pushed him down the
Yeah,
steps
yeah. And dude was like 70 years old.
and died, bro.
Yeah, he was like 70 years old.
All that for your rent. Now, listen, now you have a permanent apartment. It's called jail,
Hey, listen.
rent free.
Now he ain't got to pay rent.
You got to pay, and they give you 3 meals a day. Enjoy that.
Hey, the world is changing, man. So, you know, we talked about a story a couple of weeks ago as far as Walmart, that they had the lookalike Birkin bags that they were calling the working bags. Well, I guess Walmart's going in a different direction because Walmart is now selling pre-owned Louis Vuitton, Prada, and Gucci bags in an attempt to broaden its appeal to high-income
They
customers.
been put them behind them glasses.
Of
in
course,
there.
you know they
the
are.
lock glass. You got to keep ringing that bell for the person to come that never come.
You know they are. You know they are.
Listen, man.
I mean, listen. I guess Walmart's trying to corner the market, you know,
Yeah, they
because
wanna
they
get a piece of everything.
they one of the biggest retailers. I mean, if you're talking about brick and mortar, right? Amazon got the internet locked, but Walmart definitely has brick and mortar on lock.
Listen, man. You know, now you can go out. You know, pick up your paper plates, your paper cups, and pick up a Louis bag. You know, at
So
the
I
same
mean,
time.
but do you foresee Walmart, beginning to compete with like a Macy's or a Bloomingdale's? You know, getting to that degree. I mean, if this is the direction that they're beginning to
Listen,
go
I
in.
think if business is going in that direction and they could, and it makes sense business wise, why wouldn't they do it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't see why not.
In a bit of bad news for us all, Netflix is raising subscription prices in the US and Canada after a record-breaking quarter in which it added 19 million subscribers, bringing its global total to 302 million.
Yo, who want to share their password with me real quick?
Oh, you can't even do that anymore.
It's always a Willis way. Suave, figure it out.
The standard ad-free plan will increase to $17.99 a month, while the premium tier rises to $24.99 a month. Now, if we average,
I'm about to say, can you add that up for
if
me
we
real
average both of those out, right, it's about $20 a month. So you're thinking at 302 million subscribers, Netflix is pulling in about $6.2 billion a month,
Just make me scratch my leg.
which comes out to about $75
Netflix.
billion a year.
Netflix. Could y'all put this on Netflix?
But I can't get
Hold
a
up,
deal
Mo.
for a couple of
Yo,
movies.
excuse
Like,
me, wait a
God
minute.
damn it.
Can y'all put us on Netflix? Like, you got the money to spare. Like, even
Hell
if you give us a developmental
Bruh.
situation, come on, Netflix. You
They
get
have
72 million.
They have so many
$1 million
resources,
a year.
but that's why Netflix will give like $50 million budget, $100 million budget for a movie because they're making so much liquid cash, bro.
Didn't Netflix start out like a red box? Like,
Yeah,
it was like,
started with like B movies,
wow.
you know. But they do the same thing pretty much. They all do, right? They used to have a lot of B movies, a lot of blaxploitation films, and they used our community to get the numbers, and then they just started phasing it all out,
Man, Blockbuster kicking themselves in that right now.
right? Because they had the opportunity to buy Netflix.
They just kept that's a good lesson, though. While you kept thinking about videotapes, and then you transition, oh, let's get some DVDs. Sometimes you got to expand your vision.
Yeah.
outside of just
Nothing stays the same
because,
forever.
you know, a lot of times we get comfortable in the space.
But nothing stays the same forever. That's the thing. And I think that's a large key to longevity, is being able to
It's foresight, bro.
being able to foresee, being able to look ahead and see what's the next wave.
You know, and I think that's why, you know, just to piggyback off of that, I think that's why the music business is such in shambles right now, because the music business went through that with cassettes and CDs. And when it was going into the digital space, music business lost a lot of money because they wasn't ready for that transition. And I think now what they're doing is they being so greedy to corner the market, and so they can be ahead of the curve instead of behind the curve when it happened to them a few years ago, that they almost like feel like they're destroying the music game. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to be behind that 8 ball again. Because a lot of people remember when whoever remembers when they transitioned from CDs to digital. That's when like you had.
Oh yeah, that's when they had the iPods, the
the
MP3s, but that's when you had Napster.
Napster and all that
and
stuff.
that was
and they
ripping
was trying
music,
to figure out
yeah.
the music. You got to remember, a lot of people in their contracts, those existing royalties were never in those contracts. So when the labels wasn't getting money no more for physical
From
sales,
physical CDs. They got
People was
that's the
collecting-
thing. They
yeah.
got paranoid rather than figuring out how to make that work for them.
Yeah,
And-
but
and
now
it-
they figured it but now you see them trying to be ahead of the curve, and it's almost destroying the music game because they just snatching it. So we
But it's
going
destroying the music game for artists, not necessarily
Oh no,
necessarily
but if
for
you
the
destroy,
labels.
if this, guess what? It's like go back to drug selling. If you don't got no custies, you ain't a good
No,
successful drug
the
dealer.
custies are always going to be there because the custies are the listeners. The labels are still
No.
making the money. The problem is the artists aren't able to share in that revenue.
Yes, but if the no,
no, of course, if the artists aren't happy,
you can't. Nothing can happen.
but the artists are always going to make music. man.
Nah, it's not even worth sounding to the label at this point in time, bro.
And it's funny that you bring up music because I think the only person that didn't work for Changing with the Times was Boyz II Men. They should have stayed making ballads and they should have stayed on that timeless stuff. But the second they started wearing leather pants and
Boyz II Men still. Oh, this what the Boyz II
they
Men
tour,
concert
yeah,
saw?
I know they still tour, but I'm
they
talking about
talking
as far as making new music. Because remember, it got to a point where they tried to
Boyz II Men
switch
working,
up.
bro.
They tried to switch up. Yes, they still touring on their own music. I'm not knocking them.
The last album was a lot of R&B joints. Bro,
What last album?
They last album. I don't know the last
Well,
album.
I'm saying
what's the name of the last
when
album?
was the last album?
Or when was it? I don't know. But at some point, you don't got to keep making. The money's not in the music, right? Like
I
if
know
I'm Boyz II Men,
for the artists, it's in the touring.
it's in the touring.
But what I'm saying
Why
is,
I'ma keep making music?
Because they used to make those timeless ballads, right? That we still listen to this day, bruh. Once they made that switch to like the other type of music, I'm not telling
What
you that they had.
songs?
Listen,
What you talking about, though?
I'm not telling you they haven't had success. They had damn, what was that new album? What was the album they had when they switched it up to, it wasn't no more ballads. They were trying to make like, it was kind of like R&B-ish, man, but it just didn't work
That's
for
what
me.
they do is R&B.
It just no, they do ballads. I can't call what Boyz II Men used to do R&B,
They do
bro.
R&B, man.
It's, to me, that's a different, if it's R&B, it's a different type
I
of
don't know
R&B.
where Moe at, man, but
I
all
can't,
right.
yo, Bills, could you compare Boyz II Men to Chris Brown? You think that's the same thing? Could you compare Boyz II Men to Jagged Edge? It's not the same.
R&B.
It's not
different-
the same
it's different
thing, bro.
It's different types of R&B.
Well, this
bro.
is why I said it's a different version of R&B. I never felt Boyz II Men was R&B. That was more like bebop. It was more like
Nah, Boyz II Men always been R&B, bro.
nah. It wasn't to me.
Always R&B.
It wasn't to me. I mean, we could agree to disagree.
That's why they could do tours with Jodeci. They could do tours with New Edition. It's an R&B tour.
I
The
don't-
music is in the same genre. Maybe they just do
I
it
consider
differently.
Boyz II Men more doo-wop.
It's not doo-wop.
I know exactly what doo-wop is.
Okay, it's not. I don't know.
Moving on. A husband of a 42-year-old Zambian woman files for divorce over photo of Chris Brown kissing her cheek. She was at one of those, the Chris Brown pay $1,000, you take a picture with me things. Husband claims the photograph disrespected him and has caused irreparable damage to their marriage, further describing it as demeaning and inappropriate for a married woman.
I don't know. I ain't from Zambia, but
But how do you feel about that?
I'm not from Zambia, so I don't feel no way.
I mean,
I feel like that's.
how would you feel if your
I
woman?
feel like that's to me. I feel like that's a female tendency. I don't. She got a kiss on the cheek. Yo, we come for customs when people kiss you on the cheek. How you doing? And keep it moving. So it wasn't a kiss on the lips.
Okay, so if your
don't
woman
know.
went to a Chris Brown concert and paid $1,000 to get a picture of a kiss on the cheek, how would you feel about that?
I don't care.
Okay.
As long as she didn't spend my $1,000 to do it. You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
spending her money.
I wouldn't be feeling that.
Yeah, I don't care.
I
man.
wouldn't be
I ain't
feeling
that
that.
possessive, bro.
I don't think that's.
It is
I
possessive.
don't think that's possessive.
Very possessive.
I don't think that's possessive at all. I think that
Very possessive.
No,
It's a kiss on the cheek, bro.
I don't.
And
It's
that's
not
what
about the kiss. If my woman's gonna pay $1,000 for a
Sounds
dude to
possessive,
kiss
man.
on the cheek, I think that's weird. I think that if your woman knew that you paid $1,000 to get a kiss from somebody, she'd be looking at you like you're crazy. I don't think that's possessive.
I think it's possessive. I don't think it's a big deal.
No, I mean, I hear you. That's you.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I ain't got that type of grip on my woman, bro.
I don't think that that's a grip though. Like,
I don't listen. Long as it ain't
it's
my
one
money.
thing. It's one thing to go.
She's spending $1,000 to get the kiss on, because I'm not telling you, here go $1,000, let Chris Brown kiss you in the cheek. Long as she taking out of her account, I don't care. You have fun. That was well spent. All right, cool.
Well, that's one thing we
I make
disagree
a
on.
crack. I might crap a couple of jokes on her, but you know, I ain't that possessive, bro.
Also as well, attorney Frank Uderson made a viral TikTok video informing women how they can sue their ex-boyfriend or fiance for not going through with marriage. Now, hundreds of women are taking his advice and going after financial gains against their former significant others. It's called the breach of promise law. So now, men are being held accountable. I guess they see it as making a promise and not holding up to your word. But I didn't know that was binding in a court of law. I thought only if
I can have a change of heart. You know what I mean?
yeah, this is what I'm saying.
I got to change your heart, and you did something or showed me something that made me felt different about before we go through, and I have to make it permanent. You know what I mean? I don't know how many people gonna really win that battle, but you know, some may go through, but I don't think all of them will.
So do you think getting on one knee and giving a woman a ring, do you think that that's a binding contract that states that you must do this? I mean, I think that every contract has clauses that makes it breach or that makes it that you're not held liable to the contract anymore. So if you see certain things, a man should be able to opt out.
Well, listen, the way I say, get on one knee, propose to her, and then say, if you do right, or if I still feel like, man, let's put the if
Add
when
an
you're
if.
saying it. The videotape it. Now you have an escape clause.
Okay.
Put an escape clause inside the proposals, gentlemen. That's it.
It's a cold day in hell when a man can't say, I'm going the other way. But you know what?
You say you're going the other way all the time.
It was also a cold day in New Orleans and Pensacola, Florida. So it snowed in New Orleans for the first time in 100 years, and it snowed in Pensacola, Florida for the first time in 15 years. Some people saying that is the results of the weather machine.
I don't know, man. It's global warming, man. Global warming at its finest, man. It is what it is, man.
Well, I did see a study that said that the ozone layer is actually closing up, and it should be closed by 2066. So we've actually been having progress as far as repairing the ozone layer.
Yeah, but the ozone layer and this and climate change and what we doing, heating it. The ozone has nothing to do with the planet heating up.
It actually does, because the hole in the ozone layer is what's letting in ultramagnetic rays. That's what's heating up the actual planet to make
I could break
climate.
down the science to you, but I'm not gonna go through it today. But nah, that's not the reason why it's happening. But go
Then
ahead.
break it down, bro.
Nah, bro, let's go ahead.
No,
man.
then break it down.
Nah, we good today, bro.
Break it.
I'm not giving a science project today.
Okay. Let's move on to some celebrity news. As of thesource.com,
They still got the source?
yeah, well, thesource.com, not the magazine.
Oh,
Busta Rhymes surrenders to NYPD following an alleged assistant assault.
bust a bus.
Bust a bus.
Bust a bus, bust somebody up.
That's what they're saying, his assistant.
Okay, listen, man. Listen, man.
It is what it is. Moving on from that, on Martin Luther King's birthday, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter, Bernice King.
Happy birthday to Martin Luther King, man. Last week was his birthday. It's the 15th, but we celebrated like on the 19th this year or the 14th.
Yeah, well, we don't celebrate. I think we celebrate it like the first Monday of the month or something like that. Or it's like the
it's the
second
15th,
month. Yeah, it's something like that. It's not. It's like Thanksgiving. You know how Thanksgiving is the last Thursday of the month, so it's not a set day. But Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter, Bernice King, tells Sexy Red to delete AI-generated
Bernice
posts with.
Burgos is Martin Luther King daughter?
No, Bernice King.
Oh, I'm about to say.
She told Sexy Red to delete an
Her Bernice, and I just
AI-generated
got excited, like what?
an AI-generated post with her late father. So Sexy Red posted an AI. Well, she actually reposted because it was somebody else who had generated this AI picture
Sexy Red was
of
dressed
her and
crazy?
Sexy Red. It was, Sexy Red dressed like Sexy Red, which is crazy. She had like a bikini
Man,
top
listen,
on
man.
with some jeans or
She,
whatever.
I think she got just a personal problem probably with Sexy Red. I'm not mad at her personal problem with Sexy Red because I see Martin Luther King on flyers, strip club flyers, all kinds of, for years. Martin Luther King weekend, he at the strip club, he on the flyer. So she got to be mad at a lot more than Sexy Red. But I get it. She can pick and choose who she want to be mad at. Maybe she mad at all of them. But I've definitely seen, y'all can't tell me y'all ain't seen a flyer or a Martin Luther King weekend, a strip club flyer with Martin Luther King on the flyer, son. Bills, you never seen that?
I mean, we see everybody on flyers.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Miss Bernice King, you gotta be mad at a lot of other dudes, man, because they out here violating Martin Luther King on his birthday. When they be put on some of the flyers and stuff, T-shirts, they put them on, the quotes. I guess Sexy Weird wasn't in Martin Luther King dream. She's like, you wasn't a part of the dream. I don't know, bro. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is. And then celebrity/relationships. Lisa Ray says to save your time, and especially hers, don't step to her if you aren't making at least $500,000 a year.
I don't think Lisa Ray, what's Lisa Ray?
Yeah.
I don't think she ever left Players Club, man. So
I mean, listen, I'm not
still
mad
want
at
to play her.
I mean, I'm not mad at it, bro. Like, I think everybody is entitled to want what they want. And one thing I'm not into disappointing people, right? So if a woman has certain expectations and I'm not willing to deliver that, I really won't mess with you. And the reason being, it's not about me not feeling I'm not good enough. It's just, why am I going to be with somebody to just constantly disappoint them? If you expect 20 trips a year, if you expect Birkin bags and cars for your birthday, and I feel like I don't want to deliver that, then why be with you and force you to deal with something you don't want to deal with? You have the right to expect whatever you want to
She has
expect.
absolutely the right to do what she wants. I just think you might miss a couple of prospects, or you might get a hole and that does have that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Look, she married the prince,
The billionaire.
the billionaire. No, the dude from Turkish Caicos, the president. What he was?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
he was
governor?
like the prime minister or something
Yeah,
like
prime
that.
minister, something like that. And look what he wound up doing to her. She had another failed relationship after that. So I'm pretty sure she been in relationships where she got just that, what she wanted, and it didn't produce a good person who she could stay with. So I don't know, bro. But people like what they like. Who am I?
Who am I? In more relationship news, a man walks away from a first date after the woman orders 10 to-go plates for her 3 kids.
I've been here more.
10 though?
I didn't have 10, but I had shrimp and lobster. What she wanted?
Yeah,
again?
she wanted.
Shrimp, lobster.
I want lobster.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yo.
She's like, yo, my daughter wants some lobster. And I was trying to be nice, like, all right, order your daughter something. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, yo, I paid for it. She did say she paid for it.
Cause that was only because she knew she put you in a position to perform, man.
And then I told her, all right, cool, order what she want. Get your daughter whatever she want, bitch. She got her like shrimp, lobster, and something else. The daughter bill was like $100 and change by itself, bro. Yeah.
You're good.
I didn't even
Did y'all ever go on a date after that?
I never want to go on a date after that. I ain't get no nookie, no nothing, nigga. I was like, yo, I was $100 short, bro. Like, it was just crazy.
Yeah, for a woman to order 10 to-go plates?
Man, forget the 10 to-go plates. The woman that orders lobster, go back to my lobster. I can't less, because I just remember this, man. I was really pissed off. Remember I called you?
I remember.
Yo, She ordered lobster. We didn't even eat lobster.
She said I want to order something for my kid and ordered lobster.
Lobster, my
I want to
nigga.
order something to go and then ordered lobster
Lobster.
for her kid. It's crazy.
I think she ate that
I
lobster.
mean, is she crazy or are you crazier for paying for it?
I think it's a bit of both. I think both things can be
Yeah,
true.
I think it's a bit of both, bro. Cause me, I'm like, oh hell no.
I think the kid gonna get like a cheeseburger or
Yeah,
something. Go
some
get
sliders.
Get some what you call that? What's that?
Chicken fingers?
Chicken fingers
And
or
French
something.
fries?
French fries or something.
Well, ain't no chicken fingers where y'all was
Oh,
at.
there definitely ain't no chicken fingers. But maybe some you know what I mean? Maybe some rice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some shrimp.
She ordered lobster.
She got the shrimp, and you know the shrimp expensive by itself.
She called the baby on speaker, and the baby said, "I want lobster. I want lobster." Styles said, "What the baby said?" The baby said, "I want lobster."
That was the herbest ride ever going home. So I just felt like a complete herb going home, bro.
God, bro.
Like, yo, you really got for this, B.
Hey.
I ain't get no haircut for the next 2 weeks.
Well, look. Here's another question for you. I had you watch a video earlier of a TikToker's story time, and she was talking about how she cleverly used a dating app and a fake accent to avoid being homeless for 6 months. So this young lady pretty much was at the end of her lease. She had lost her job. She didn't have any money to pretty much pay rent. She was on the verge of getting kicked out. So what she decided to do was she went on Tinder and she met a man and he took her on a really nice first date. She pretended to be French and had a French accent because she wanted to be more seductive and more interesting. After dating each other for a few weeks, she told him she was coming over because she wanted to be in his world, and she popped up in front of his house in an Uber with all of her belongings packed in there. She put him in a position to perform. He folded. He allowed her to move in, and she lived with him for 6 months for free. And he ended up putting her out because he had a dog that was old and dying and kept urinating and peeing, and she said she couldn't deal with that. She wanted the dog.
Listen, man, I think Shorty deserve an Oscar. She finessed him, and he put himself in a position to get finessed. Like, I got gaffled for the lobster.
See, but I got a problem with that. And the reason I got a problem, why is it okay when a woman finesses a man?
I'm not saying that it's okay.
But no,
I'm not condoning it.
But
I'm just saying
but listen,
that he
then watch the way you worded that, right?
No, he got finessed.
But you also said, I'm not knocking her because he got. But
Listen,
if it was a man that finesses a woman, everybody would knock her.
I know. I wouldn't.
I mean, everybody would knock him.
I would say the same thing. I would like, yo, he finessed Shorty. I would have told you as a man. I think the reason why we feel the way we feel, because as men, I ain't doing it. I ain't got to do that.
I ain't doing that.
I don't need nothing from no chick. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to accept anything from like women like that anyway. So for me, just as a man, I would tell you from a man's standpoint, like, wow. But if he got away with it, I've seen plenty of friends that I had finesse chicks out of cars. You know, they live with them. I've seen it done plenty of times.
No, I understand, but what I'm telling you is that they couldn't expose that to the world without being called this or that, less of a man, or everything else in the book. You understand? But it seems that when a woman manipulates or finesses a man, it's okay. Like the world sees it
I've
as
never
nothing.
said it's okay. I just think that she deserves an Oscar. She put on this French accent. She never gave. She stayed in character for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a commitment, man. Like to stay in character for 6 months is crazy, bro. I just thought it was ill. Like she stood in character for 6 months, and I do applaud her because she did what she said she had to do. She cooked, cleaned, took care of his kids, took care of the dog. She did her part. She didn't go in there because a lot of people don't even do their part. She went in there. She gave up the nookie. She was doing what she had to do to stay where she had to stay at. You know what I'm saying? So come on, Mo. A lot of people go in the crib and just take over. They just kick up their shoes. They don't even put nothing in the crib. She did what she had to do.
So you're saying she gave some type of contribution?
She gave contribution. So it wasn't like he ain't get it. He got the head mold. He got the coochie. He got the house clean. You know what I'm saying? She was cleaning up the dog poop. All she really wanted was like, yo, listen, I cleaned it up. Just don't let him do it all over the house. But I think homeboy was tired of her. Like, yo, you ain't even supposed to be here. Why you telling me about my dog? You gotta go. And I think that's what happened to her. You know what I'm saying? But she did contribute.
Man.
She did contribute, Mo. You gotta think about it.
Also as well, the internet now has baby girl and auntie age requirements after YN and UNC age limits go viral. I didn't even know that there was now age limits for YN and UNC. But 13 to 24 is considered baby girl. 25 to 35 is considered sis. 36 to 48 is considered auntie. And 49 to 60 plus is considered ma'am. So Styles, you'd be considered auntie.
Okay, man.
Huh? Oh, do they? Yeah, I guess that's what YN and UNC and all of that, right? Pops, big bro.
Who cares, bro?
Yeah, nobody cares. I'm just saying this is what's out there.
Yeah, I don't got time for this, bro. Next.
You know. Well, that was actually our last topic.
That's the last topic for the day. Okay. Let's talk about bills. Man. Bills
crazy.
ain't. Now we stop.
You can do it.
Webbs is here for another week. Webbs, you gotta stop coming here, man. You ain't welcome, bro. Webbs man tried to finesse me to be in Money and Violence. Man tried to be in Money and Violence, bro. Nigga tried to finesse me.
Yo.
They make me feel like I was asking him for $100K or something. Yeah, you can show your man this video too. He tried to finesse me. He want to shoot 5. We can shoot 5, my nigga. Oh my, because he not a nigga.
This is why the algorithm is not nice to us. Now I'm coming to realize this is why people say grape instead of RAPE. This is why they say essay instead of the other word. This is why they say unalive instead of
All right, so I just
KILL.
bleep it,
because because the algorithm will not work in your favor.
Well, Mark Zuckerberg said we cool now, right?
I
guess.
I don't know. But anyway,
Shout out for
this
that,
was
man.
another episode of Brooklyn
Brooklyn
Boys
Boys
Radio.
Shout out to the Woodstack, man.
Wood Stage 8, take over forever. Shout out Shawneezy.
Yeah, shout out Webb,
Denisha.
Dusty Suave.
Shout out my homie Bills.
Bills in
greatest
his
rapper
house.
alive.
Oh, we got shout out Denisha. You shout out Denisha.
I shout out Denisha.
And Peter.
And Ada.
And Ada again. Oh my God, Ada.
And with that said, yo, Brooklyn,
We out.
we out.